What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and we finally got that long-awaited journey ahead, or what I like to call this month, the journey thus far, and we're going to get to that. But we also got the main update today. That's right, with Thorin coming, the war coming, glyphs are now in the game, and a bunch of characters are being moved around. So, you know what we're going to do. That's right. Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about the journey ahead. And the reason I call this the journey thus far, and most of the community would agree with me because it did spark some funny memes and debate on the official Discord. Nick finally put this out. Obviously, this was postponed for a while. We were waiting for this to come out, and it basically just goes through telling us that glyphs are coming. They're in the game. And it rehashes all the information about glyphs that we've already talked about, that we already knew about. Then it goes into Thorin Oakenshield, how we knew he was coming, a link to his kit, which we've already seen. They want us to know that on the holidays, don't expect to see them between now and then to the new year. Nothing really new is going to be coming. We got the glyphs today, and we got our two marquee characters that they told about. But other than that, there's no real big things coming. Unless there's a massive breach, like the bug that's happening with Chapter 3. Obviously, they're going to fix that, but nothing really big expected this year. But as I say, the journey thus far, because they haven't told us anything we didn't already know about it, right? They didn't talk about any possibly recurring events, which we thought we'd be hearing about. Any addresses to the challenge currency store, which we've been waiting for. Just even a smidgen of information about the multi-squad PvP. Even if they said, hey, multi-squad PvP coming in 2024. Something. But nothing was given out. None of that information was given. In fact, he could have gone without even putting this out. I hate to say that. And I don't like to bash. I like to be more constructive. But yeah, we really didn't need this. We had all this information. It's just rehashing everything that we have. You're not getting anything new. In fact, I feel that this was probably written by ChatGPT. But obviously, we're going to forgive this because we got glyphs in the game and we got a major update. So let's talk about the update and what was changed around. Obviously, this is not it. That is the game. Let me bring this up here. All right, I was squeezing this over here. Okay, let's bring this up. All right, so this is the major change that we have, the update. So obviously, glyphs are now in the game. Great. I love the polish that they've added to the game as well. The new stars, the new artwork that's kind of in there, and the whole general character UI for when you're upgrading a character. I really like that. I know I said that in several videos, but I do enjoy those small changes. The biggest quality of life for me is that when you buy something in that store, in the supply store, it doesn't automatically scroll back to the top. It stays where you were. Thank you for fixing that. It was driving me literally insane. But let's get to the other things in the game. That's right. We have Udurs coming. That's going to be this week on Thursday. Tomorrow. It's going to come tomorrow at 8 a.m. Because I'm going to try and push this video out in the next hour or two for you guys. I know it's late, but obviously I've just been super busy. But yeah, it's going to run from the 7th to the 14th. And obviously this is going to be that creature, the tank warg that's going to help the goblins. It's going to count towards Thorin. So obviously, like everything else, it's going to be running in several tiers. You'll be able to score yourself a free 3-star. If you want that 4th star, it's going to be a $20 offer. Other than that, you have to roll in that random shard chest. It's going to be 1,000 gems per roll. And it's usually going to take you somewhere between 5,000 and 9,000 gems to get that 5th star if you already have the 4th. Also, we have Thorin Oakenshield, the next legendary. Obviously, people are still upset that the second legendary in the game is still a white side character and not a dark side character. We're going to be getting our first dark legendary next year. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm over the fact that you need goblins to unlock Thorin. It's okay. It wasn't on my scope. It's something I had on the back burner. I'll get him on the second pass. But if you do have your goblins leveled and you are looking to unlock Thorin, it's going to start on the 11th And that's going to start at 8 a.m. and it's going to run to the 18th at 8 a.m. as well. And again, you need goblins to unlock him. And obviously, if you don't have Great Goblin, you can go in on hors d'oeuvres, the ward, and your other goblins to unlock him. All right. A big thing is they rebalanced the summoned characters. So that would be the summons on Nuraz. That would be the Goblin team when they die. They summon the characters. The Goblin King when he summons the random Goblin tank. This would also work with. Give me a second. Damn it. Éowyn. I see the name in my head and I think Éowyn and I always twist it to. I know. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm hopped up on a lot of coffee right now. I'm trying to punch out a lot of content because we are just drowning in all the content right now, and it's a good thing. I love it. But they wanted to make changes because they felt that the summoned characters were not up to snuff. Basically, they said that the combat bug was found that when, which was causing summoned characters to be too weak when they were low rarity. In other words, if you didn't have enough stars on them, your summoned characters were even weaker than the star level that you had on that character. And to fix that bug, they had to rebalance all the summoned characters. So we have a buff on all those. Now, that obviously includes the Goblins, Éomer, Nuraz, and Charu from the Dun Guldur. Also, Robel got a buff as well. Her ability, We Fight Together, now grants 10% focus. It was previously at 5% at rank 2, but now at rank 5, it's going to be 15% focus. Previously, it was 5%. So, great buffs to characters. Haradrim's now going to punch up a little bit more. Obviously, I was able to glyph them out, and I was able to punch up to the next difficulty in Chapter 4. I'm really looking forward to running a fresh week of raids with all glyphed characters, so I'm really looking forward to that. Now, also, they changed the difficulty on Chapter 4 of the Mines of Moria raid. When they introduced glyphs, they basically had it tuned up too high. It says here, for difficulty 4 for all, and this is just difficulty 4. Not chapter 4, I meant difficulty 4 of all the raid chapters. It's been adjusted to better enable squads that have invested into glyphs to perform well at this difficulty. Difficulty 5 will continue to be very difficult for most squads, obviously, but basically, even with glyphs, they found that difficulty 4 was tuned just a little bit too much, so they did throttle it back a little bit. So now, even with your glyphs, you're going to do even better if you can hit that difficulty 4. I'm looking to try out difficulty 4 with glyphs in Rivendell this coming week, at least in Chapter 1. Denethor II has moved out of the premium supply store, and he is now in the Shadow Campaign hard for 4 nodes. So if you are looking to farm up your Gondor team, that's where you can be able to find him, and that would be great for that, because now you can farm up Faramir. Boromir is now in the the guild store, I believe. He's in the guild store. Yeah, guild store. And Faramir's on, I think he's on a white node, but he's a guild farm, and obviously Denethor is now Shadow Campaign hard. So those are your 3 characters from Marky about 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. They're now all farmable. Also, characters have moved. Yef2 was on hard light 1.9. He is now 2 levels underneath that. He's now hard light 1.7. Frodo has moved from hard 3.1 light side to 3.2. Wex has moved from 3.9 to 3.8, both on the hard light side. Eladin has moved down 1 from 5.9 down to 5.8 on the hard side light. Laeliel on the hard shadow, down from 3.8 down to 3.9 to 3.8. And Arwen, obviously, now that we've all farmed her and been through the hell of that farm, because that is a hard chapter to get Arwen. Hard Shadow 5.5 down to Hard Shadow 5.4. So yeah, that's a good quality of life right there for those who are just actually farming these characters now. Also, they fixed a bunch of bugs, and as a heads up, they know about the additional stacks on the captured bug for Chapter 3. I should have a link to the video here somewhere, but they are working on it. They're investigating the issue, and they are plans right now to fix the parts of the game that are affected, and they're going to resolve it as soon as possible. There's no patch currently right now. There is no fix right now. So if you didn't, how can I say this? If you are in the raid now, right? Say you started chapter 2 today. You are going to have to make the call yourself. Whether you should update the game. And actually, I don't know. With the full update now, you might have to update the game to play it. But you have to make that call for yourself. It's not fixed. If you are past chapter 3, then obviously you are going to want to go ahead and update the game. And it'll be fixed by the time the next raid rolls around, hopefully. So, and obviously, as you see here, they fixed a whole bunch of other things. And they also want to know there was a bug from the update about the guild reward chest. Players will now see and receive the correct rewards for their guild milestone reward chest. They weren't showing up before. They are also going to arrange compensation at a later date to make up for the players who already received the rewards prior to the fix. We've also fixed an issue where the drop rates for Lelo character shards were unexpectedly lower than intended. So that's everything in your update right now. Hope you guys found this informative, entertaining, all the good stuff. Until I talk to you guys again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Adventure safe, and good luck to you and your fellowship.